gun pointed that direction, okay?
Huh?
Make sure your gun's pointed that direction so you don't have to move much when he gets here. Alright. Keep it nice and steady, babe. Probably gonna try to walk up there and kick that Jake. Don't move.
Got a good beard.
Quit moving. Don't move. Wait till he gets up to the decoys. Wait. He's gonna come. Wait.
Tell me when.
Is that tree in your way? Once he comes out the side of that tree, when he comes out, when you got a clear shot, just let him keep coming. Raise it. Don't, no, not yet, not yet. Anytime. But hey, see if he'll turn his back to you so you can get your gun up. Got your gun up? Alright. Base of his neck.
Huh?
Base of his neck.
Shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not firing? Safety.
Fuck yeah! Oh shit, what did he put on a show or what, man? Yeah, you put on a show or what?
I'm telling you, man.
Oh my god. Guns went off twice. This is a new shell.
Willie never didn't get all the way down. I don't think. Well, it didn't hit all the way down, I don't think.
How not?
I don't think the hammer went all the way down.
You have the safety off?
I thought I did.
It sounded like it clicked twice. All right, hang on a minute. I don't know what the hell is wrong with that. Did I hammer him? Dude, are you kidding me? Hang on. I got as much as I could on video, but it was the camera.
Yeah.
When he got in close, the camera was... Oh, gosh. Did he put on a show?
I'm telling you.
Holy cow, I'll get you going on it. And I heard that gobble. I thought it was back that way. And I was like, well, okay, we got one gobble and we know it's close. Dad'll get still now. And when you said he was in the field and I looked out there and that joker was blown up coming across there, I hope I got some of that on video. That was as pretty of a strutting. Did you hear him spit and drum?
You can't have it any prettier.
Did you
Coming
hear-
all the way across that field.
Did you hear him right there when he went? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure I had a clean shot.
That was perfect, man. Hey, take your hat off.
Oh boy.
Right here, man. Oh my gosh, he was throwing you. It's a big old turkey too. I mean,
He looked like he had a good beard.
he's a stud looking turkey coming through there. I can't believe he was so into that Jake that he let us move the guns like that.
Yep.
And he was looking at him too.
Yep.
And he ain't fly.
I mean, he may not even have a head on.
Jeez, he ain't no 2-year-old.
God, look at the beard on there.
Look at his fur. Nice beard. That's a good 10-inch beard. Three-year-old bird all there.
Dang.
Oh, I hope I got enough of that on video when he was coming across there strutting.
I mean, I blooded his head up, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm telling you, that choke that I got in that gun with those long beard XRs, I'd rather shoot him with that than the dang with the TSS. It absolutely, you don't see birds that don't fly.
Unless you don't see anything when you get home. And then just kind of walk up the door.
I want you to hold that like that.
Man, that bird's heavy.
And straight and hold them like this.
I can't hold it.
Once we get over here, just to get a picture of it. I'll carry him over there.
Like his head.
Good 20 pounds. You're like in the field.
I got a scale south we can leave.
When you said in the field, I thought you was back this way somewhere. I swear I thought I heard him when he gobbled. I thought it was back there, but it was just over here bouncing on the tree. So I thought he was gonna come up here. It was gonna be trouble.
You know, the crispies.
I heard that thing. I heard whatever. You had the safety on, or something.
I must have.
And I heard it click, and I was like, "Oh my God, you got to be kidding me!" And then you got it together. I was like, "Oh, he must have known what was wrong." And then it did it again. I was like, "Oh no!"
I pulled the hammer back, and then I mashed the safety over. I don't know where that safety
You went
go.
the wrong way. You didn't need to match safety. I had the safety off.
Oh, well, I put the safety on then, I guess.
So you put the safety on, and that keeps it from going off, did it? But that's all right. I'm glad you shot him with my gun. All right, so we'll do this again. Dad's 85 years old. This is his first turkey. Been after him hard for 3 years now. And
I can't believe he didn't flood or anything. I
Dro-
said, damn, did I miss the
drove
turkey?
25 hours for this right here in extreme pain with my shoulder, and it was worth every freaking second.
I shot a little bit of his.
That's all right. It's worth every second. We're going to get back, and I'm going to do a fan mount for you and get the wings.
All right.
It's going to be awesome. Let's show the
Get the shell.
very limited audience.
Get the shell. I want to put the beard in the shell.
We got some nice furs, probably an inch, a little over an inch long. Not the oldest bird in the woods, but certainly not a 2-year-old. What a beautiful, and I hope we got it. We were set up for the birds to come in, in the corner, and
I couldn't believe I looked
he
out there and
came
saw
way
that
out
thing.
that way, coming up to those decoys.
When I saw him, well, you saw him right after
That's
I
only
saw
the
him.
second time I've ever had decoys work for me. And I told Lindsay that today. I was like, you know, the one time it worked was out in the field like this. And, you know, so
I didn't even see the decoy over here. It's behind the grass.
Yeah. And he did. He saw that. He saw those. He heard me calling. And then he, see, that's what I was
The
wanting
calling
you to
was perfect for where he was.
that's where I wanted.
Coming from them.
That's where I wanted you to be still.
Yeah.
Because I knew that if there was one over there, which there's a good chance, because that's a planet. I mean, that's the next door neighbors. It's great that he's going to come out to the edge of this field and see those decoys and come in if he didn't see anybody moving. Well, I'm glad he came in further down. I just wish I had my camera where, like the camera was, you were in the way of the camera when you shot.
Yeah.
But I know I got him coming.
That's what I'm. But hell, he was way out yonder when I saw him.
No, he was 200 yards. But you know, he came from that. He came from. He stepped out somewhere down there.
Somewhere down there about that corner.
Walked
maybe.
out in the field, and then strutted his way all the way up here.
You see over here where the pines go.
God dang it, boy!
You see where the pines kind of turn into little scrubby stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think that's where he came out.
I thought I heard purring, like fighting purrs back here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive I did when I first told you I hear one back here, and it's purring. And that's why I thought when you said field, he was coming from behind. Big smile. All right. It is April the 4th. 2 days ago, I drove 25 hours from Wyoming like I have this is the 3rd year in a row now since COVID 2020, right? So 2022, yep, 3rd year. And this man has taken me hunting all my life. Deer hunting, squirrel hunting, dove shoots. But he didn't duck hunt and didn't turkey hunt, did you? So I didn't turkey hunt or duck hunt until I got out of college, and my buddy Tripp took me duck hunting and got me hooked. And I started going turkey hunting some on my own at the end of college, and didn't have much success, but then just absolutely got hooked on it when my buddy Lindsay took me one morning and had a bird pitch down, and back when I could hear the spitting and drumming, and he walked in the swamp just all blown up, spitting and drumming, and I passed out. I hyperventilated. I was so excited I was hyperventilating. Lindsay's telling me to quit moving, and I was just breathing.
Why didn't I do that?
And I don't know. It was just the moment, I guess. But
You saw him from so far off.
yeah, I mean, and so anyway, I got hooked on it, and by gosh, I wanted Dad to experience it and kill him a turkey. I remember he told me, I'd love to shoot a deer with a bow before I die, back when I bow hunted. And I was like, well, you got to go. You got to get a bow and go after them and try it, and you might do it. And I'll be darned if you were climbing trees and a lone wolf climber with me going to Ohio when you were 74, 75, and killed 2 deer. Killed 2 deer with a bow after 75 years old.
Yeah, I think more like 7. It was about the last time we went up there.
Yeah.
About 76, 77, I think.
I had a lot of opportunity to kill more.
My peep sight hadn't been off.
If his peep sight hadn't been off, he flung 10 arrows into the ground under one morning. Anyway.
Ran out of arrows.
So, he's kind of, I was like, I want to get you a turkey. And 85 years old this year. And I drove 25 hours worth every second of that drive. Drove straight here. And my buddy's gracious enough, said there's a bird out in this field strutting, from time to time, and we figured we'd come back here, sit down, maybe he'd be close enough to hear a call and come investigate. I usually don't use decoys, but I put them out because it's a field bird. And we sat here for maybe an hour, calling, not hearing anything. Thought I heard some fighting purrs behind us, but probably another bird doing something. And then he got more and more antsy and couldn't sit still. He got a comfortable chair, but not sleeping comfortable. And we are tired. So I figured, heck, I'll pull out the wing bone call I made last year. And I just don't use it because to me it doesn't sound right. And I started, you'll see it on the video. And about maybe 5 minutes later, 3 minutes later, I hit my mouth call a little bit and I heard one gobble, and I thought he was behind us back here. And he had come out 200 yards across this field. And I was thinking, I told Dad, as a gobble, you got to get still. Get where you can.
I turned around, I said,
turn around,
in the field.
Dad was turning around to get pointed back that way. He said, in the field. And I hope I have it on video because he came from 200 yards. And he blowing up more in strut than not in strut, and he
dragging the wings.
I heard him spit. I can't hear him drum anymore. I mean, that had to be right beside me to hear it. But I heard him every time he, you'd see him do this, and then walk a couple feet, and stand there, and then walk a couple feet. That's what he spitting and drumming. And he got out there on that decoy. 37 yards, and I heard Dad drop the hammer on that 410 that I got, and that gun has a safety and a hammer, which I guess is cool if you don't want the noise of pulling back a hammer.
I guess.
But the safety's just as loud, but all it is damn confusing. And I had the safety off, and I said, we'll just go with the hammer, and Dad turned to put the safety back on and dropped the hammer twice. And I thought the gun was malfunctioning, so I had to get the bipod off of that gun. I tried to hand it to you with the bipod on it with all that camouflage. It was hanging up in every freaking thing around, so I ripped it off and got the bipod off. Dad put his gun down, handed him my gun, and the entire time that turkey was facing us in full strut. Like we got away with more movement than we would ever possibly get.
Well, he only had one thing on his mind.
Yeah.
And that was that Jake out there.
I didn't realize they would be that enthralled with the situation right around them that they wouldn't pick up movement because...
Well, I was worried about my hands too since I didn't have camouflage gloves,
I mean, we were just not really real well prepared for this, but it turned out beautiful. That bird came across there strutting, his head blown up. I just wanted him to kill a turkey. Any turkey. I thought one might sneak out here. We might kill one sneaking by or walking through. I never thought in the afternoon that a bird would be blown up that pretty like that. His head was just blue and white. I mean, it's like, isn't it amazing how, even in the sunlight out there,
gorgeous,
it glows.
Yeah.
and you get in the dark, like with no sun at all in the swamp, it looks like they have a light bulb in their head. It glows.
I don't know how quick he got out there to where he was, because I thought I had just looked out there in the field not long ago, and you was telling me about this back here, and I turned around and looked back there a little bit. And when I turned back around, he was way out in the field, coming right straight toward the big horse.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. Big too, big turkey, nice spurs. Look at that. I mean,
And when I pulled the trigger, he didn't even quiver.
yeah, this thing is probably 9.5, 10 inches long beard. Nice beard, good spurs, big old fat noggin, boy.
He got a big
just
head on him.
noggin. He's heavy. He's over 20.
Yeah.
South Carolina's a pretty big bird, man. But so Dad shot him with my Benelli that I just hand painted.
That's a beautiful job.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? I did my camera like that, and I figured why not do the gun like that and
Well,
save some money.
I want to show Mama this too.
Anyway, so I'm convinced that this reached out there, and this was what he heard and said, you know, hey, I'm gonna go over there, because what they say, it carries great, and it may not sound good in your hands, but out there it supposedly sounds really good, and it carries a long way. You know, Catman, that's all he hunts with, and he can reach out there and he'll mouth call once they get close, but.
Yeah, I can see how that.
I'm interested to see what it sounds like on the camera, because to me it sounds like not a turkey.
Sounds like a turkey to me.
So April 4th, 85, first turkey.
Thank you, my man.
And I'm gonna go
I
hunting.
appreciate
I'm
all
gonna
you do for me.
Yeah, boy. We were gonna keep going. We were gonna get one. It always kind of works out like this. We have so many perfect situations down in the swamp the last couple of years. We get close to them, but Dad couldn't cut through the swamp. You know, it's hard for him to get around in the woods without falling, tripping over something, and you just need to be 80 yards that way, or if we could just get 100 yards over there, and we were just in situations where you just knew the bird wasn't going to come, but we heard, yeah.
Well, we had them in the field a couple of times, but they wouldn't come on in.
This is perfect. I mean, this is absolutely amazing, and I'm so thankful. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord, for this.
Yes.
So tomorrow I'm going to go hunting.
Thank
Lindsay
you,
and I are
Lord, for
gonna
my
go
son
hunting.
Eric.
And we're going to try to kill me one. And then the next day I'm going to film his sons. And then I'm going to go catch a bunch of catfish up on the river and try to kill Will one.
Sound like a winner.
For a trip that started off, a short trip that started off with so much pain. It has turned, we got 6 bass in the cooler. 20-pound turkey hanging here, and we just starting.
This morning could not have been any more messed up.
No.
I never seen that much stuff go wrong as did this morning.
We're in the prettiest turkey woods you've ever seen. These people, it's like that's all they've managed for is turkey and deer, but they've got it set up in a way that's just ideal for turkeys, and it's ideal turkey habitat. Just amazing, and we didn't hear a bird.
Started fishing about mid-morning, and we caught about a half a dozen bass. We're gonna go in the morning and catch about a bucket full.
We'll go tomorrow. I'm gonna go hunting. And we gotta go. I gotta go pick my turkey up. Go out there tomorrow afternoon. All right.
Well, let's shut her down, load her up, and head to the farm.
Oh my God.
Be on the fire, call the dog.
Being here with you makes every second of that drive worth it. But I mean, tell you what, I could drive there and back 3 times for that. Get me some coffee.
Well, I appreciate it.
Now you got to come out to Wyoming and kill
Give me
Miriam's.
some water.
Kill you one of those white-tipped Miriams now that you're a turkey hunter. All right, let's close it up and head.
Head to the barn.